found the perfect tool to use to be successful on Etsy. When you're new to Etsy, you're always challenged with what products should I be selling, what keywords and tags I should be using, and what competitors are doing. I recently started using EtsyShop.ai to help with all these questions. So whether you're a new seller or a veteran seller, it's always great to have some sort of check-in to see how the competition is doing, how the products in your category are doing, and where you can improve. Jumping straight into the dashboard and seeing what it's all about, you're immediately greeted with a quick glance of Etsy's trends, from what their top sellers are, what Etsy picks, and the categories that are doing the best. At the moment, it looks like home and living is doing the best and is accounting for about 20% of Etsy's entire sales. What this tells me is that a lot of people are buying from this category, home and living, which means a few things. So one thing's for sure is people are looking for these items. 2, there might be some room for you to be in it. And 3, there is also that possibility that there is actually a lot of competition already because it is such a trending category. So let's go on Etsy.com to see what this category is about and what's under the umbrella of home and living. It looks like it's a lot of home decor, furniture, home appliances, and food and drink, amongst many other categories. So if I were a new seller who's looking to start a business within Etsy, I think I would have chosen one of these categories within the home and living to start off with. I would see like, what am I good at and how can I insert myself into this category? For example, are you good at making rugs or making wooden furniture or just furniture in general? Maybe this is a category that you can dive into. Going back to EtsyShop.ai, you can really drill down within the data to get some valuable insights. So today I'll be going through product research, the keyword tool, and then the store tracker. So following along the theme of being under the home and living category, let's see how, for example, living room rugs are doing. So I go to the product research tab and then I click on only real sale products, which means the products that have actually sold, because there could be hundreds and thousands of items being put on Etsy, but some of them may not have ever made a sale. So in the product name, I included living room rugs. And then you can really drill down, honestly, to the category, the price, when it was created, but I'm gonna keep those blank for now so that I can get everything I want. And then in terms of the period that you can look into, from this week, 7 days, 30 days, and 90 days. I'm gonna do 90 days, but I wish that there was an option to have like year to date or last year, like, so you can easily see like what's the best seller this year or what sold well last year around this time. So I think that's one thing that I wish that this tool had. But nevertheless, I think that it's a great tool for knowing what exactly is doing well at the moment or like this quarter. So you can easily see like which items were, tagged the best seller or with video, which ones are Etsy's picks. And you can really see like just at a glance visually like what type of rugs are doing well, because for each item you can actually see like the real sale, like how much they sold in the last 90 days. I think the top number is how much they sold in total, how many total reviews they've ever had, and then the collections, I believe it's like the different tags they're in. So you can do that, and then you can actually click onto product detail. You can see who is selling it, when it was created, where it's coming from, the category it's in, things of that sort. So you can really drill down. Honestly, everything is clickable. You can see everything from like the shop info, and I'm sure if you click on it, it goes to their store, which you can look at their items even more. But what I love about this is actually the products tag. If you scroll all the way down, you can see the keywords that this item is associated with, and then you can see maybe the competition, the sales opportunity there, things of that sort, which is nice to see, because For example, this rug is associated with bohemian or living room, but obviously the competition is quite high. But if you go down just a little bit to see the other keywords that it's associated with, you can see maybe like Persian or stain resistant. So you can play around with those words, or even have your item, have your rug associated with these keywords to stand out from the competition that's within, you know, bohemian or living room. And another thing that I forgot to mention but I love is at the top of the product page, you can see some of the SEO keywords that are being used. So I always have trouble coming up with tags and just researching tags, so I think this is an easy way to see the SEO keywords that are best suited for your item that's like pretty similar to this. And then going back to the product research page, you can filter to total sales or total reviews to see what the top seller is for the past 90 days or whatever time period that you're looking for. So next up, let's go to the keyword tools and see what's going on there. So once again, let's do the living room rugs as our search and see what comes up. So immediately you have kind of like an overview of this search, living room rugs. You see the competition, the sales, reviews, collections, and then if you're running Google Ads, you can also do the Google search and Google CPC or cost per click. You can toggle between the keyword ideas, analytics, top listings. So let's do some keyword ideas first. So in this section, you can also sort by competition, the sales, reviews. So immediately, I think the first page or two is gonna be like those, the keywords that have the highest competition, like home decor, gifts for mom, farmhouse decor, just because I think those are very broad keywords. So I think if you go to the second page or a few pages in, let's see. Yeah, the third page is where you start seeing kind of the yellow competition rather than red. So some of the keywords are like area rugs or handmade rugs are less competitive than some of your other broad keywords. For me, I think the area rug is still a little broad, to be honest. Like 44,000 people having rugs under this search term. So I probably would go a little bit deeper into the keyword ideas to see where I can play with maybe like more of a niche and detailed keyword. But you really want to balance between the competition and the sales. You obviously want a keyword that is somewhat like searched, and then also sales that is somewhat high but not too highly competitive and not too low of sales. So somewhere in the middle between both is where the sweet spot is. I think this is great. Again, like I'm very bad when it comes to like SEO and having tags or even writing my product title or description. So having this like list is great because you'll know the type of keywords that you want to include in everything, because the algorithm, whether it's Etsy or Google, they're all searching for these type of keywords that people are looking for. And the more like keywords you include in your product description, your title, or your tags, the more likely that you'll be found. So under the keywords, you find other things such as the most popular tags. Again, very bad at writing tags, so it's nice to see like upfront like what the most popular tags are. So for the living room rug, it looks like home decor. Obviously, it's like the biggest, most broad keyword is searched, and then gifts for mom. So this is more of like a visual of what the keywords are and what tags people are using. Another thing that I really like about this tool though is the price range, because you can easily see like how much people are pricing their products, and it looks like a lot of people are pricing it at $50, and then there's another spike at around $172. That tells me a few things. One, our competitors are maybe pricing it at a lower price point, or that maybe these are just smaller rugs and people are just buying smaller rugs rather than bigger rugs off Etsy, because I feel like Etsy is not usually known for rugs per se. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I feel like when I buy a rug, I usually buy it off of like Rugs USA or go to like my local Lowe's or something, because it is a big item, so it might be hard to just buy it from Etsy. But I could also be wrong, because there is another price point that has a spike of 172, so maybe there is a opportunity to sell rugs at that price point. And then there's another bucket of processing time. So it kind of shows your competitors and how they are processing their orders. Really for this category, it's a very like wide processing time versus stickers, which is usually 1 or 2 days, if not like at most 5 days to process. So I think in this category, there is, you know, the people who do it in 2 days, but then there is also a spike for 5 days and 7 days, 11 days. So I think in this instance, there's not a set number of days in which people are processing. I guess it's mostly like what's working for you and how you can process items. Just know that there are people who do it in 2 days, and then there are people who do it much later. So I'm sure the people who do it in 2 days have a lot more sales for those who need a rug immediately. But again, there are people who wait for that 7 to 11 days. Next up is the store tracker / researcher. This is a fun tool where you can see how your competitors are doing. And for store tracker, I believe you can do it in kind of like a real-time scenario. So I'm gonna start off with the store researcher tab first. I just picked up a random rug seller that I saw on Etsy. It's called Roots Rug, and in the store research tab you can put in the store name, see how they're doing. Let's do like 90 days. Again, you could do 70, 30, 90 days, apply the filter, and you can kind of quickly see how they're doing in terms of sales, reviews, things like that, which is insane because it seems pretty accurate in terms of the numbers. And once you click on the item, you can see whether they're a star seller, where they're selling from, the average price that they're selling items for. You can see a review rate. So once you're in this specific store, you can see their products, their analytics, tag analytics. So you can see like what they're selling, how they're doing within the last 90 days. And then you can see the most popular category they're in, most popular types, whether it's handmade or not handmade. You can just see like just overall like how their store is doing in terms of sales, reviews, the collections they're in, and just like overall store data, which is crazy to be honest, just to have this data on someone else's store. But I think it's great if you're doing some competitive researching to see what items are doing well for like a brand that you want to emulate, or just in general, like if you're doing competitive research, picking out the best rug sellers or the best sellers within your category and see what's working for them, and maybe you can find a common theme. For example, maybe like there's a lot of people that you're looking at who are selling colorful rugs, and that's the best seller for everybody. Maybe that's something that you want to get into. So I think it is great to be able to kind of drill down to this level of data to find that commonality or even a blank space for you to be in. Okay, and then the last thing is the store tracker. So I'm not currently tracking anybody at the moment, but EtsyShop.ai included a just example seller. And so you can see like how much that seller has shipped today, yesterday, 7 days ago, how much they've sold in total. I think this would be good if you are having kind of like a slow period on Etsy and you're wondering, is it just me? or is everyone kind of experiencing this? So I think it's great to be able to kind of see if you have a number of different people that you're tracking, to see whether are they down as well, or is it just me? And then you can make the decision as to, like, maybe you have to maybe add more stuff to your shop, or have different items that you're selling, things of that sort. So you can really make like actionable insights off of just tracking other people. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed kind of just walking through the EtsyShop.ai with me. I've included a link to the website so that you can also play around with it and see if it'll help with your store, whether you're a new seller or a veteran seller. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.